Hey, wouldn't it be great if you could collaborate with other genealogists who are working on the same ancestors you are? You can do this with Ancestry.com's Member Connect. Before we jump into it, let me introduce myself. My name is Connie Knox. I am a lifelong genealogist here to help you go further faster and factually with your family history research. Now, if you're not really using, or maybe you're not aware of Member Connect, you're really in for a treat. There is a handout for this episode. For the information access level channel members. If you want to join, just click the join button on the YouTube channel. All right, let me show you how it works. All right, let's talk about Member Connect. I love this feature. It is very cool. We're going to talk about what Member Connect is. So it's really best to show you from a profile of an ancestor. So here I am at Henry Walter Knox's profile. And as you can see this, I've got the toolbar turned on so that I can get to it easy. But if you don't have it, hit the tools, go down and say Show Research Tools, and I'll show you. See, it goes away. Now it's back. Okay, so Member Connect is right here. And let's talk about this for a moment. Member Connect is really showing you, and this is, I think, pretty powerful, showing you other members out there who are researching the same person. Okay, so let's jump over there. Okay, so I am on the Member Connect page for that ancestor, and it says Recent Activities. There's 3 tabs across the top. Now, if you have no connections at all, which is the second tab, you won't be able to see these 2 tabs right here. You'll only see the suggested connections, okay? So on the recent activity, right now, there's not a lot going on as far as any researchers who are researching this ancestor, but it does say you have 6 possible connections researching Henry Walter Knox, and here's some details. But it basically is saying that of the connections I have, there's no recent activity. You have 1 member connection. So let's talk about that. On the 1 connection that I have so far, you can see information that they are showing in their tree. Now there's their tree, and here's the person. I can click and look at their tree. I can click and email them if I want to. I could click through and see what's new. This is a new census record. I can decide to view the record, or I can ignore it right from here. I can scroll down and I can see that this person has different information clearly highlighted. If I hit the down arrow, I can compare and update the tree. I can view this record in that person's tree. I can, this fact in this person's tree, or I can choose to ignore it. One of the things that I like about this is think about the categories: person's name, their gender, their birth, their residence, and down below it says death and stuff. So what it's doing is it's grouping these records together, like in case of birth, that is suggesting a birth date or a birth year. Okay, so going back to the top, if we click over to suggested connections, 6 possible connections who are also working on the same tree. And I can connect. Now, when I connect with these people, I'm not really connecting with them. I'm not saying, hey, you guys, let's play in the same sandbox. I almost wish they didn't call it connect. I wish they call it follow, because I can hit this connect button, and really what I'm doing is I am following that person. They don't even know I'm following them unless I reach out to them. So if I go and let's see, I don't know this person, but I do know this person, so I can hit connect. And it says it's connecting. And now when we go back up to the top, we have 3 connections, and they've gone from this bucket to this bucket basically. And so we can sit there and decide all of the different people that we want to connect to. Here's a family member I know. Here's a guy that I have been emailing with regarding DNA. I know this person. And what the heck, let's just add this person. All right, so now I have taken everybody from the suggested connection bucket, and actually you could search more, see? Learn more about Ancestry Networks. And now I'm going to jump back over to the Connections tab. And now that I'm here, you can see all of these connections in one view, and it can show you all of the information that they have added that I may not have. So this is a great place to start and investigate to see if there's some records out there that I don't have. These are kind of like hints, but they're not hints, right? But there's a lot of information here to go through. Some of this is probably duplicated, but clearly there's some work to be done there. So if I take this gentleman, for example, who has the Whitley family tree, I start examining some of these records and decide that I want to, put some of that information in. That's great, but I would also advise you to click through and reach out to that person and see what they're doing. Now, in this case, this guy has 2 trees, so there might be more information in the other trees. So I could message him. He was on as recent as last week. He is clearly an avid genealogist because he has been researching for the last 10 years. One thing you should be aware of, back on the home page, you need to update your filter settings in order to see exactly what information you'll get notified about as far as the different member connections. So make sure that you have everything check marked. And you can also check mark the different trees. In my case, because I do a lot of professional work, I have a lot of trees that I manage and or help people with, so I can check different boxes for activity going on. If I'm collaborating with somebody on a different tree, I can also check on their tree as well. I do want to give you the heads up. There's a couple warnings. Okay, so when you are here and you've decided that you do not want to connect with this person, and here is a remove button and you can remove this person. However, I don't recommend it, because the minute you hit remove, they're gone forever. You cannot get them back in that queue. It's really, really hard to find that person again. So I recommend that you just leave them in your connections and you don't remove them. So in a nutshell, that is Member Connect. Use it. You'll love it. As a reminder, you can get to it really easy from the profile, but you can also get to it from the tools section here and click on Member Connect. As a reminder, there is a handout for this episode. If you want that and any of the handouts, you need to have the information access level channel membership. To do that, just click the join button below this video. All right, there are more videos on the screen for you right now for your binge watching pleasure. So until next time, keep on climbing your family tree.